In the wake of post-election friction between parties, families, and neighbors, we are pleased to introduce the author of The Soul of Civility, Timeless Principles to Heal Society and Ourselves. Alexandra Hudson, welcome to Victory News.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, no. Glad you're here. Lexi, we're hearing so much about therapists and influencers telling young liberals to cut themselves off completely from family members who support Donald Trump or other conservative candidates. What's your reaction to this kind of political psychology?
It's a symptom of how many people in our country today have tragically misplaced their meaning in politics. They've made idols out of politics. They've made a political candidate, political policy the most important thing in their lives. And it's not. Politics is important, but friendship matters more than politics. And so, to me, the hidden crisis of our political division isn't what's happening in Washington. It's the personal crisis of division, the tragic number of family members who are cutting off family members, lifelong friends cutting off friendships over political difference, over the result of the 2024 election. And that is not how it should be.
Yeah, it is disturbing. Now, you wrote an article in the Washington Post telling people to look to the founding fathers in order to save friendships with people from other political views. Tell us what we can learn from them.
It's a great story that is so instructive to the trend that we're seeing again of people cutting off family members, lifelong friends over politics. So the friendship of Thomas Jefferson and John Adams is instructive to us in this moment of political division taking a toll on our personal lives. Jefferson was John Adams's vice president, and they were brothers in arms in the American Revolution. They were the architects of liberty. Everyone's seen the musical 1776. They worked on that together. And it was actually the election of 1800 where the tensions kind of came to a head. It got very vicious. Both kind of chose to put politics over their long-term friendship. Team Jefferson said of Team Adams that Adams was going to become a tyrant, and he was a man of most hermaphroditical character, neither man nor woman. And Team Jefferson said of Team Adams said of Team Jefferson that were Jefferson elected, our wives and daughters would be brutally raped and murdered in the street. And so that couldn't happen. So we think our political discourse is bad now. It's been bad before. So election of 1800, Thomas Jefferson won, and they never spoke again after that for over 10 years. And then Benjamin Rush, a fellow founding father and abolitionist, he fomented a rapprochement between them, and they started writing letters together. They wrote over 150 letters over the following decade. They rekindled their friendship. They spoke about everything under the sun: grandchildren, their self-care rituals, what they were reading, their exercise routines.
Wow.
What they didn't think about was politics. They chose friendship over politics in the end, which is how it should be.
What a great story. Now, in your book, The Soul of Civility, you say instead of bemoaning the divided state of our world and our leaders, we should focus on what we can control ourselves. Can you explain that a little further?
So many forces in our world today, from our public leaders to our media culture, they want us to externalize our control. They want us to blame this person, that party, this policy. And that is so disempowering. And in my book, I empower readers to recognize that we have way more power to be a part of the solution to this crisis of division and polarization than we realize. That's the beauty of being in a democracy. We are citizens where the citizen is prior to the regime. And so I encourage readers in my book, don't blame what's happening in Washington. Don't externalize, control. That we each have the power to double down and make our communities better and more beautiful from right. And there is way more power in that than we realize.
Yeah, and I've got to ask you, what were your thoughts when you saw Donald Trump and Joe Biden sitting there together after Donald Trump won the election?
Well, this is democracy at its best, where no matter who wins, we come together around this joint project of self-governance that is a democracy. So I was encouraged by that.
Good. Lexi, thank you so much. You can find Alexandra's book at The Soul of Civility at your favorite bookstore or online. You can learn more about her group at civic-renaissance.com. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Tim.